Hey everyone. Today we wanted to talk about, there's only one of me here, unless you count these two guys, but there's only one of me. But today what I wanted to talk about was something we spoke about in our team meeting this morning. Every week we actually have a team meeting where we all get together and just kind of review what's going on and where we're at with a bunch of different investments and different investors we're working at. And it's super insightful because we always want to make sure that we're doing what's best for the people we're working with. Now, today, I played a video from the Amazon CEO because Amazon recently purchased a company called Zappos, and a lot of people aren't familiar with Zappos, but what they are is they are actually $1 billion clothing company that started out selling shoes online. And primarily they still sell shoes, but they've kind of gone off and got into different apparel as well. And there's something that I call now the Zappos test. And it starts with this wonderful laptop adapter, okay? And here's the story with the laptop adapter. I dropped off my laptop at a store to put more memory into the laptop to just make it operate a little bit faster. This puppy's getting a little bit old. We gotta take care of him. But I dropped off my adapter too. Now the adapter I dropped off was in perfect working order. The adapter I got back no longer was working properly. It's like I gotta fiddle with it and do this and wrap the cord around 5 times just to get it to charge my laptop. Not really a good thing, especially this morning when it conked out of me because I couldn't get power to the thing. So I wasn't too happy. But so the Zappos test. So I went to the store today to do the Zappos test. And what that is to me is how are they going to respond to a little bit of an absurd request, right? A little bit, maybe not absurd, an unusual request. Are they going to do what's right long term for the customer? Okay, so me going in and saying, hey, you guys gave me back the wrong power adapter and this thing's not working that well, that's not going to happen every day. So I wanted to see how they responded to it because Zappos had always thought long term. Okay, so we met Tony Hsieh, who's the CEO of Zappos, at one of the conferences Tom and I went to, and a very unique individual. Great guy though, a lot of really good business philosophies, and the things they look at are they're always looking long term. Right? They're looking at the long term, what's the right thing to do for the customer. They are all about customer service. Everything else is secondary. Okay? It's about the customer, right? Especially in today's environment. I mean, people know who you are, what you're doing. So it was about the customer. But bottom line is bottom line. They run a company, so that's fine. But the reason they made it about the customer is because they wanted the long-term benefits of satisfying that customer's needs. Okay, Zappos offers free shipping on their shoes. Free shipping, back and forth within the U.S. It's like $10 to Canada. Okay, so if you can buy a number of shoes, just pay $10 because they want you to order more shoes. They say, hey, order multiple sizes, see what fits you best, and ship the rest back. At the flat rate as well for $10. So, I mean, that's phenomenal. That's service. Sometimes you go on eBay and you buy something like the size of this, and, they're charging $15 for shipping. So it's great. And it hits home as an investor because a lot of times we get caught up in kind of the short-term fix. Oh, let's just get this thing over with and move on. I don't want to think about this any longer. And that's great. You know what? We have to think like that because we've got to get things done to move forward, right? But we also got to think about the long term and do what's right, okay? Because if you continue to do what's right for your tenants and for your properties, I know your properties don't have feelings, although I've spoken to mine many times when I take down a light fixture and the new one won't go up. I've spoken to it like it has feelings. I've tried to reason with it, right? I think many of us have been there, especially when you're doing like a ceiling fan or a chandelier. It's not fun, but But we have to do what's right long-term for the property and for the tenant. Like, that's what we have to look at. And yes, it's not the same thing as thinking long-term when you invest, like long-term cash flow and fundamentals of an area. That's one thing. The other thing is just long-term doing what's right when a situation arises. And often it's not the thing that we want to do. Often it's not the thing that emotionally we respond to right away. But it is the best thing to do. So that's what now I refer to as the Zappos test, because that's how Zappos operates, and it's paid dividends. If you don't know, Amazon recently purchased them for just under $1 billion. So taking that approach and making it about the customer has really paid off. And there's not many online clothing retailers that can say they're valued at that much, right? So I think it really hits home for a lot of us. There's some things today that I didn't want to do. I was definitely looking at the short term, and I had to sit back and I was like, hey, let's take the Zappos test. How would it work there? And is that right in this situation? You know what? It was the right thing. And I'm glad I did those things today. And I'm going to face the same decision tomorrow and the next day, and it's going to be ongoing. So it's something that I challenge you to do. Take the Zappos test, remove yourself from the situation, remove the emotion, and whether it's with a tenant, with a rental property, with a new corporation you're setting up to hold your rental properties, with the bank when you're going to set up your bank accounts for that corporation, those can be fun experiences. Take the Zappos test, make sure you're doing what's right for the long term for your real estate investing career. Okay, think about the long term because it's going to make a difference. It's what's going to separate the winners from the not so winners. I don't want to use the L word. All right, and in case you didn't hear, Tito is back in the UFC. Big news. I don't know if he's going to be able to fight as well anymore, but Tito's back, so everyone should know that. And that's it. Take the Zappos test. Live your life on your terms.